Hey everyone, today we have a hard story about Hagar. Sarai, Abraham's wife, had not been able to have children. And since she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar, Sarai said to Abram, Yahweh has kept me from giving birth, so sleep with my slave. Maybe she will provide me with children. Abram did just as Sarah said. But when Hagar realized that she was pregnant, she no longer respected her mistress. Sarai said to Abram, This harassment is your fault. I allowed you to embrace my slave, but when she realized she was pregnant, I lost her respect. Let Yahweh decide who is right, you or me. Abram said to Sarai, She's your slave. Do whatever you want with her. So Sarai treated her harshly, and she ran away. Yahweh's angel found Hagar at a spring in the desert and said to her, I will give you many children, so many they can't be counted. And Yahweh's angel said to her, You are now pregnant and will give birth to a son. You will name him Ishmael, because Yahweh has heard about your harsh treatment. He will be a wild ass of a man. He will fight everyone, and everyone will fight him. He will live at odds with all his relatives. And Hagar named Yahweh, who spoke with her, You are El Roi, because she said, Have I really seen God and survived? So whose perspective do you read this story from? There's some sympathy for childless Sarah, at least at first. I don't think there's any sympathy on my part for the passively abusive Abraham. I think we have to see this as Hagar's story. She is an enslaved foreigner. She's treated as a sexual object. Right? She has no say in this assault that happens to her. She's never treated as a person by her masters. She's just a solution to a problem, but then she becomes a problem by doing what she was forced to do. Oh, she doesn't respect the mistress who pimped her out to her husband? Wow, shocker. And so once this pregnant girl runs away, who finally sees her? God does. And God gives her and her son a blessing, the kind of blessing that we usually only associate with Israel. Ishmael, too, is going to be a great nation. Now you read that blessing, it sounds a little bit rough, but what we're seeing here is that Ishmael is the technical firstborn son. He's the one who has natural strength. That's, I think, what it's saying, the fact that he's going to be fighting with everybody. What this is saying is that he has natural strength and God is choosing the one who doesn't have that. God may choose Isaac, but that doesn't mean that God rejects Ishmael. Election of one does not mean rejection of the other. And so Hagar becomes the first person in Scripture to name God. She names him El Roi, which means the God who sees, because that is who God is here. God sees her and sees her situation, and God blesses her in it. So, who needs to be seen today? Who are we blind to, maybe because of our own privilege? Where can we see God's blessing, even in those that we think should be beyond it?